Hi, this is Lorraine, and I've been guided to create another video. If you'll give me a minute to clear, center, and balance my energy, we'll get started. So the first thing I wanted to say is, as I was sitting quietly thinking about this event, 3I-Atlas, I received a very clear message through clairaudience, as if someone was sitting right next to me. And the message was, I am divinely guided. So whatever transpires as a result of this journey of 3I-Atlas is meant to be. It's divinely guided. I have, over the past week or so, received a few more other messages which I'm going to share with you, but I just want to be clear, I didn't know anything about 3I-Atlas until about 2 weeks ago, and I listened to a message or a video from World News Report, and this gentleman does like short 3-minute messages, and it made me curious. And then I watched another video by an astrologer about her interpretation of 3I-Atlas. Heather Ensworth is her name. And it was very interesting to me, but those messages really didn't resonate very much, but it gave me information because I knew nothing about 3I-Atlas. And so now I'll just talk about what came in very clearly. It was very clear. I'm just going to say on the 17th, I heard 3I-Atlas is moving behind the sun, and so we wouldn't be able to see it because the sun is so bright, it blocks us from being able to see it moving behind it, right? Just that. So I'll just leave that. But what came in very strong is that the sun is acting as a filter. So this projectile, it doesn't act like a comet, so it doesn't seem like we should call it a comet, but it has been moving through our solar system, and it is expelling a gas or a liquid. I think it was hydroxyl gas, and what came in very strong was, if that was to come directly onto Earth, if that gas was to come into our atmosphere directly without first passing through the sun, it would be too much for us to receive. This gas, or whatever it is, I don't know, I'm not a scientist, and I don't feel that it's important for me to understand what it is physically, because this is coming in intuitively. This object is divinely guided, and it's projecting a gas, a fluid, a liquid through our atmosphere. And as it does that, it's touching many atmospheres, it's touching many planets, and it is being, for us, it's being filtered by the sun because it's going behind the sun. What this fluid is doing, it is clearing our space so we can continue to expand. It's clearing the air. So it is the beginning of our healing. It is transmuting any particles or any energy or anything that is toxic to Mother Earth. And as it does that, it's allowing us to expand, because those things that are toxic to Mother Earth are also toxic for us. The other thing that came in very strong was, I come from a Catholic background, or Christian, and I was raised with the story of Revelation. And in the story of Revelation, there is a seventh angel who blows the horn, who begins this journey of judgment, reckoning, reconciliation. And so that came in very strong, that this movement, this object coming through our solar system is a physical representation of that horn blowing, or excuse me, a metaphor for that horn blowing. The other thing that came in very strong is this fluid that's coming off is a base. So at its, and I kept on hearing base, I'm not a chemist, I don't understand bases and acids and all those things. I'm going to be very clear about that. But what I kept hearing is it's a base. So whatever it touches will create some type of chemical reaction. So those people, those people transcending, living from a balanced place, will continue on that journey. Those people living from an unbalanced place will continue on that journey. And so it is identifying those that are transcending and those that are not transcending. And I'm getting a little ahead of myself, but in the middle, I woke up in the middle of the night one night, and what came in through clairaudience very clearly is they are already sick. So those people who are not transcending will have ill effects because of this base that's coming into our atmosphere. And this is how it's meant to be. The other thing that came in very clear was I kept on hearing Arcturus. This is from Arcturus, and it's been traveling through space for so long, because this object was sent from that planet. So it was literally sent from Arcturus, and it was meant to travel through space for many millennia, hundreds, thousands, millions of years potentially, and then cross our solar system at this time. And it was meant, as it's moving through the system, it's picking up and exchanging information. And that's exactly what it's doing as it comes through our solar system. It's picking up and it's exchanging information for us, to help us. It is divinely guided. And give me a second. What came through also very clearly is that it's unmanned. It was meant to be unmanned. And when that message came through, I follow some pages on different social media apps, and they're saying that that the Arcturian portal or something like that was opening. So I'm only mentioning that because for me, that's a synchronicity. That is confirming that the information that I was receiving regarding this object coming through our solar system being from Arcturus was accurate. And that's me. That's for me. I'm not telling everybody to believe everything I say, or that everything I say is etched in stone, because we all need to tap into our own intuition. We all need to tap into the divine consciousness, and we all need to receive these messages for ourselves. But I am very strongly guided to share these messages. And maybe this is your frame of reference to build from. Your way to determine what is your truth and what you're meant to connect with. But it's very clear that this is from Arcturus, and I've done other videos and I mentioned the Arcturians. This energy is very parental for Earth, for our planet specifically, and they are very nurturing and protective of us. And everything they do for us is to help us on our journey, to help us grow. The other things that came in very clear is when I closed my eyes, I had a vision of the infinity symbol, and then I saw a hand come up like this. And at first I felt like maybe this is the Hamsa hand, but that doesn't resonate with me. So this to me is very much a greeting, and it's very much open-handed, like I have no weapon. I'm not here to harm you. Okay. The other thing that's coming in very strong is that 3I-Atlas is absorbing much of the unbalanced energy that is projecting from Earth. And so the sun is acting as a intermediary. Father-son protects. And so this unbalanced energy is being projected through the sun at 3I-Atlas. The same way 3I-Atlas is projecting energy or things through the sun onto Earth. So there is a mutual exchange happening to help us with this growth. And this exchange is meant to neutralize this unbalanced energy and make it benign. Okay, so this is what we're going through, this process of transmutation. The other thing I heard very clearly was it's not energy, but we don't have a word for it. So energy, when I use the term or the word energy, it's just something the esoteric community uses or science uses, all these things. But really, everything is a product of the divine consciousness. Everything that's created in this universe is a product of the divine consciousness. But we have to understand it in a way that makes sense. So we put these labels, these words of energy, particles of energy, quantum physics, all these protons, neutrons, all these words we have created to help us explain what this universe is. But all these things truly don't exist. They're all constructs, right? They're all constructs to help us find ration and reason for our existence, right? And so what I heard very clearly is this fluid being projected by this object moving through our solar system that we call 3I-Atlas. It's not projecting energy, but what we could refer to it as is intention, consciousness, and will, but in a physical form. So this fluid, what did I call it? Hydroxyl, is a physical manifestation of consciousness, intention, and will. Okay? And it is divinely guided. So it's consciousness, intention, of will of the divine consciousness. It is what the divine wants to manifest onto this world. This is an intervention. Okay? This is the will of the divine. I have this right here. And then I have the voice of Mother Earth has been anointed. So in this process, there are many people who want to be the spokesperson for many governments, many organizations that want to be the spokesperson for our planet. That person has been anointed, and there will only be one person who speaks for all of Mother Earth, and that's not humanity. It's not humanity. It's all energy, all existence, all consciousness of Mother Earth. That includes Gladiolas and her people. That includes the raptors and their people. It includes Earth. It includes all animals, all the water, all beings in the water, everything on Earth. That person has been anointed. And no one or no thing can override divine will. No one or no thing can override path and purpose. And the other thing, I was sitting on the couch and I was just thinking 3I-Atlas. I just said 3I-Atlas 3 times, and I heard again very clearly, greetings, which I thought was a little bit contrived maybe, or no, contrived not, is stereotype. It was very stereotypical, right? When I was a kid, we watched all these movies where aliens come to Earth and they'd be like, greetings humans, right? But it was very clear and it was very direct, and there was no other communication. It was just greetings. And I liked it. And so the final message is, as 3I-Atlas releases this fluid, and it enters our atmosphere and it starts affecting us, what was very strong in my body and what came through was that the universe reflects back that which you put out. So it will amplify the energy that you are putting out. So if you are putting out loving, balanced, compassionate, empathetic energy to the world around you, then that will be amplified. Those putting out an unbalanced point of view, unbalanced thoughts, unbalanced intentions, unbalanced words, that will be amplified. Okay? And so this is just part of this process of transcendence. We've already gone through the tribulation, and we are in that final phase of moving out of tribulation, but often that is the most challenging time. If you'll just give me a minute to see if anything else comes in. So there's just a very strong reverence of many beings across the universe coming in, but I'm also reminded that I did a video a while ago where I said that these beings were coming in closer and coming in closer, and that they were now allowed to intervene and start to support and help not only Mother Earth but humanity. And so that's what we're experiencing. This is the first step, the first interaction to help us. Okay, so there's no reason to be afraid. Just work on your own connection, your own intuition, your own faith, and work to be the best version of yourself. All right. Thank you.